So as you're preparing your mind mentally to come to Ghana, as you're trying to figure out things of what you want to do, why you want to do it, how you want to do it, you know, you really have to understand what is your purpose. You know, why are you here? You know, what was God's plan for you? You know, because we all have a purpose. Everyone's purpose may not be as grandiose or as fanciful or as profitable as some, but we all have a purpose. So you have a purpose. So what is your purpose? And how do you walk in that? And so that's something that you all have to figure out on your own. No one can tell you that. You can watch all the videos in the world. You can take all the classes. You can have all the self-help books. No one can tell you what your destiny is. No one can tell you what your purpose is. No one can say, hey, you know what? I think that you should be doing this, and I think that you should be doing that because of who your mother is or who your father is or where you're you know, where you're from or where you went to school. No, you walk in your own purpose and you will find your own destiny. And you know, for those of you wanting to come to Africa, for those of you on the way, your purpose is something that's going to come into play fully as you make this journey and transition. And when I talk about transition, I mean just a change, a major life change, a major life adjustment comes into play as you move to Africa. I do hope that you all who are moving to Africa, coming here, are coming with the intent to build. And I don't mean build a home. I mean an intent to build up the countries in which you come to. The intent to build up a destiny, to build up a purpose, to build up a nation. Because what Africa needs more than anything, and this is from a firsthand view. You know, I don't have a bird's eye view. I'm on the ground. I'm watching. I'm looking. I'm listening. I'm observing. And I do observant. I observe. I watch a lot before I act because I need to know if I can be successful and what happens when I fail or if I fail. How do I keep it moving? That's me. Everyone's not like me. I know that. I'm very different, very unique in so many different ways. But so are you. But we need to be coming here with that same drive in which our ancestors were forced to America. And I had a friend tell me the other day, and he made a powerful statement to me, and it just like, it hit me. It hit me really, you know, it really hit me. And it hit me more so after he said it. But what he said was, you know, people had to go over to America by force. They made them endure the dungeons of the castles here in Ghana. You know, the slave dungeons they had there at like Amino Castle or any of the other castles they have around Ghana. And they had to sit there for months to wait for the next boats to come in. They survived, the ones who did. Then they had to get shipped at the bottom of cargo barrels of boats like cargo to go to the Americas. And then they survived, right? So how is it possible for a group of people to be captured, enslaved, mutilated, raped, put in atrocious, unhygienic, disgusting conditions, shipped across the world for thousands of miles, and still they survived. They lived. Those people that lived are my great, 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 great grandparents. They're yours too. This is our ancestry, because our ancestors didn't start in America. They weren't born in America. They were born here in Africa. They were born in the different kingdoms of Africa, because when they were snatching people over, taking them abroad, there was no such thing as Ghana, Nigeria. You know, these places, Congo, none of these places really existed in the way they do now, right? They were kingdoms. We were taking from kingdoms, right? And so only the strongest survived. Now, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but essentially that is what he told me. And he was like, so if you're that strong, if your ancestors were that strong to survive, then wow, how strong are Black Americans now who are coming back? They must really be the strongest and the best of the best. You hear that? This is an African man saying that. Because they're ready. They're ready for something different. They're ready to see change. They're ready to experience something new, you know? They want to see their streets paved. They want to see electricity throughout the entire country, and not just in the main metropolitan cities. You know, they want to have schools with walls and real desks, because some of you are going to be mad at me for exposing this, but this is something that white people have been exposing to the Western world for years, and doing it to enrich themselves. How about we do this to not expose, but do this to educate the diaspora on what needs to be changed and how we can help. When I say schools with buildings, I simply mean you will have kids under these huge, large trees with one teacher trying to teach a subject, and they are literally sitting on the ground under trees, under a big giant tree for shade. There's no building. Or if the buildings there is so dilapidated that it's a danger for the kids to even be in that building. What's happening here? Instead of industries coming together to uplift their community, people want to wait on the government to solve all problems. It's not up to the government to solve everyone's problem.